otherwise it's just unbearable. It's not fun, it's not nice. Kind of brings back beautiful, beautiful memories. Absolute garbage. Awful. It's better if you guys stop operating. Hello and welcome to another flight review. Today we're going to fly my favorite airline of all time. But that's not all. We're also going on a massive 3-day train adventure across Kazakhstan before taking Buta Airways to Azerbaijan. Today is going to be a day filled with travel, planes and trains across Central Asia. Our journey today starts in Atyrau, known for its gas and oil industry as well as being one of just a handful cities located on 2 continents, Europe and Asia. Instead of taking a flight to Almaty, I decided to book myself on a train which takes roughly 3 days and covers 2,600 kilometers. So let's head to the train station. Trains in Kazakhstan are actually pretty nice, and I booked myself in first class for just $80. And once you see the cabin, you'll certainly agree that this was a great deal indeed. But before we go on Astana's Airbus 321LR, let me show you how I traveled from Atyrau all the way to Almaty, 40 hours on this beautiful train. The cabin features a rather comfortable bunk bed, storage and a power outlet. It also has its own bathroom, featuring a shower with hot water, a sink and of course your very own toilet. That's what I call a luxury train. Not bad if you ask me, especially for this price. There's a water fountain just outside my cabin providing both hot and cold water, as well as a restaurant if you fancy a hot meal or coffee. However, I stocked up on snacks at the local supermarket before the trip started, because as a German, I do love my sausages. The train has a couple of stops along the way, which was always a great opportunity to get some steps in, get some fresh air, or to buy some food from local babushkas. I kinda loved the adventure, and it reminded me of the good old days traveling Ukraine and Russia on trains back in the days. It's 7:30 a.m. in the morning. I did not sleep very well, but I'm looking forward to have a couple of naps throughout the day. Kazakhstan is the 9th largest country on Earth, and you can see that. You can travel for hours without any settlements. It's also the largest landlocked country on Earth with a population of just 19 million people. Another interesting fact, the first ever human to fly to space, Yuri Gagarin, was sent to orbit from Kazakhstan. I've visited the country on multiple occasions and I'm deeply in love with the people and the culture. So if you ever want to try something new, come and visit and maybe take this train as well. So we're halfway to Kazakhstan, 20 more hours to go, and it's very hot in those cabins, to be honest. During the day it's too hot, during the night it gets really cold, and between 7 to 11 in the morning, that's when the cabin have the perfect temperature, and that's when you can get the best sleep. Otherwise it's just unbearable. It's not fun, it's not nice. So every time we stop, I'm trying to go out and take a little walk to get some fresh air. But yeah, ist wo ist, ne? And as the sun is setting over the Kazakh depression, we are arriving Turkestan. Turkestan. Another short stop before we head off into my last night on the train. And of course, after having a shower once on Emirates Airbus A380, I also had to have one on the train. So I did exactly that, joining a very privileged club by having a shower on a plane in a train. The next morning, we would arrive in Almaty, from where I'm going to continue my journey to Baku in Azerbaijan, with a stop in Tbilisi, Georgia. Say hello from Kazakhstan.
Hello, Kazakhstan.
What's your name? Nurkent was the guy here on the train with me. We don't understand, but through our phones we had great conversations. Thank you, huh? Awesome. Thank you for everything, huh? Spasiba. Cool hat. Can I? Good. Thank you, my friend. Thank you. This way? So, and here we are. After long 40 hours, I finally arrived in Almaty. Now let's head to the airport. So I have like 7 hours to kill until my flight, so I'm gonna go to the hotel and get a day room. But don't you love these old Soviet housing buildings? It's beautiful, especially for me. I mean, partly grew up in the Czech Republic, and being my grandmother being from Ukraine, spent a lot of time in Eastern Europe when I was young. Kind of brings back beautiful memories. I mean, it's so simple, but and also so beautiful. I'm totally obsessed with Soviet architecture. It's beautiful. But what do you think about it? Let me know in the comment section below. I really want to know what's your take on those ugly but so beautiful buildings. So, and here we are. Welcome to Almaty Airport. Now we are checking in for a flight on an airline I absolutely love. We'll be flying Air Astana from Almaty to Tbilisi in Georgia, and from there connect onwards to Baku on Buta Airways. So let's do this. Almaty is a terrible airport, and I'm happy to know that a new terminal is going to open next year, which will improve the travel experience by a lot. I had over 10 flights on Air Astana in the past, and in my opinion they're probably the best airline in the world. Great economy class, fantastic business class, great catering, well-trained crew, and one of the best branding strategies in the industry. And I generally can't wait for their 787 Dreamliners to arrive next year. But today we are flying on their Airbus 321 long-range Neo, of which the airline operates 11 with 5 more to join. So let's hop on board and check it out. And here we are, welcome on board Air Astana's business class, featuring 16 seats. You have 4 throne seats, which are obviously the superior options, and 2 double seats, which are ideal if you travel with a friend. So guys, and here we are, welcome on board the Airbus A321 Neo long range. A product I wanted to try for the longest time, since I'm personally a huge fan of Air Astana. I think what they do in terms of branding, service, cabin is just sensational, phenomenal what they've really created in those 20 years. It's one of the best airlines in the world, and I guess by far one of my favorite airlines out there. And I traveled in their economy class, business class, on their 767, 757, 321, 320, and finally get to sit here on the throne seat. And it was also quite a bargain, $420 for a 4-hour flight to Tbilisi. You pay a little bit extra to get the throne seats, but it's not much, like $10, $15. And look at it, sensational product, really nice. We then pushed back for an on-time departure, and a lot of you guys asked me about the gear and camera I use, so I've put together a little list on my website for you guys to check out. The link is in the description box below. So, and if you didn't score the throne seat or you don't want to pay the extra, this is what the alternative looks like. So dinner has arrived, and you're probably asking yourself, what are those black dumplings? So apparently it's salmon manti, and it happened to be black. That's what I was told. But it looks very intriguing, and I actually can't wait to try it. This is actually very, very delicious. Very well done. Yummy. The dining experience on this flight was once again great, consistent with my previous flights on Astana. Also, the crew was engaging with a strong focus on customer relation, which gave the flight a very personal touch. It's always great to see when crew shows interest in their passengers, and that highlights the great training they must receive, making it a proper 5-star experience. The problem with the throne seat is it is limited in space when going flat. It's quite a tight space and not even that big. However, for a 4-hour flight, this was more than enough. Another highlight is the amenity kit. It is great to receive one on a 4-hour flight, and it shows that their focus isn't particularly on cost cutting, which seems to be the priority for most airlines these days. Also, the loo was in splendid conditions. Another hot towel was given out before starting our descent into Tbilisi. After 4 hours, we safely landed in Georgia, and I can honestly say that this was a perfect flight. Fair prices and a fantastic service experience, including a great seat. I left the plane as a very happy customer. Alright, thank you. Train done, flight done, one more to go. Alright, that was a quick affair. Check-in time, I'd say 42 seconds. So that's done. Flying Buta Airways, which is the low-cost carrier of Azerbaijan Airline, but they're going to stop operating by the end of the year and merge with Azerbaijan Airlines. Let's do this. One more flight. So I have a quick Dunkin' Donuts hot dog. Looks pretty good. And then we are off to Baku, Azerbaijan. New country for me as well. Our next flight is on Buta Airways, which used to be the budget carrier of Azerbaijan Airlines with an Embraer 190 only fleet, but shortly after this flight the airline ceased operation. So let's get on board and let's see what they look like for our short hop to Baku. This flight was operated on an Azerbaijan Airlines Airbus A320 with a full economy class configuration, but with Buta Airways crew. My first impression, it looked very dated and the cabin smelled really bad. So guys, and here we are, welcome on board Buta Airways. It's an Azerbaijan Airbus A320. It's delivery as well, but the crew is Buta Airways. The headrests are Buta Airways, and as I said, it won't longer operate after this year. And seeing the interior, yeah, it's probably a better idea to stop flying. That's garbage. Awful, terrible, really old, really dated. not a nice look. It doesn't look good on you. It's better if you guys stop operating. But crew was nice. Crew was nice. On the short 45-minute flight, there was a water served and a very strange looking sandwich, which I wasn't brave enough to try. Right after we started our descent, I got a first glimpse of Baku's lovely skyline at night. The second we touched down, people got up and sprinted towards the front as they have been on a plane for the very first time of their lives. Also, the crew didn't give a shit about it at all. Once we arrived at our gate, a bus picked us up and took us to the immigration hall. From there, I picked up my bags and a driver was already waiting for me to take me to my hotel. Alright, thank you very much. Have a good day. See you. It's 2 a.m. and I'm finally at the hotel. A long day. 510. 510. I need a good sleep. I haven't had a proper bed since Sunday night. Sunday night was my last night in a proper bed. 2 nights on the train. And there we are. 510. Here we are, welcome to the Marriott Courtyard, Baku. What a day it was. It was a little bit of a different adventure. The train was a lot of fun, so if you ever want to do an exciting train ride with a lot of interesting scenery, do that train. And Astana was great. Loved the seat, loved the food, loved the crew. Top notch, really nice. The airport experience is awful at Almaty, but next year the new terminal is going to open, so this is going to change a lot. And then the last slide, this Buta Airways, I don't know, that was weird. Awful, that was terrible. It was awful. And the smell and the people, second we touched down, people were running to the front. It's crazy. And then but here I am. This is it, guys. If you want to access some extra perks, check out my Patreon. You can join my WhatsApp group, early access to my videos, get your Cahill keyring, have your name in the credits, and a lot more perks, so check it out. And my next video is Azerbaijan Airlines on the 767 from here to Dubai. So if you don't want to miss out on that one, subscribe right now. This is it. I'm super sleepy. I'm signing off. Guys, where are we off to? Have a safe trip.